Welcome. Thank you for being here. Appreciate all of your support. Hope you all having a fantastic day. Quick favor, smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hey, there's a hype button on mobile too, and you can also hit a notification bell. I'm sure all of that is a lot of fun. I do appreciate those who take the time to do it. Thank you very much. And even comments. I didn't even mention that. But we have to talk, okay? Just you and me for a moment. Dawn Montgomery. The name might sound familiar because she is the sister of Renee Montgomery. Remember Renee Montgomery? They don't want us, my friends. They do not want us at all. I don't know if that can be made any clearer. I don't think I even included on here the y'all not like us clip unless I played it already. But yeah, so that Renee Montgomery, this is Dawn Montgomery. This is wild, man. Like I it happens all the time, and it still kind of shocks me that people act this way. She actually tweeted this out. I just want to make sure. By the way, for those who don't know and aren't sure, Renee Montgomery has slid in ways. She owns like 0.00001% of the Atlanta Dream, and is somehow like the face owner. Dawn being her sister, tweeted out, I just want to make sure Reese's team prioritizes the black press and black media here in Stripperville. Sorry, Atlanta. If you know, you know. That's it. That's all. She took the time to post that out on social media. That is wild. Wow, 93,000 followers. She got 440 likes on this. I had like 1,400 followers and got like 4 or 5 thousand likes on a post I put out about Angel Reese. But anyway, yeah, that's yes. That if you're trying to digest, I get it. If you're thinking, well, can let yeah, I know it's predictable. We say it about everything, but I'm going to say it anyway. Can you imagine this being done in reverse? Could you imagine someone like Lynn Dunn, I don't know, or Lisa Bluter, you know, when Caitlin got drafted by the Indiana Fever, posting, I just want to make sure Caitlin Clark's team prioritizes the white media and white press here in Indiana. Yeah, right? You know exactly what I'm saying because all the crap, man. I won't even go through a ton of them, but just as example, stuff that's still happening, right? This is a guy posted out. People wanted to trash on the fact that Caitlin Clark is tied for a favorite for MVP for the 2026 season. And of course, inevitably, because it always happens, someone posted out, and a deranged Klan member. I wish they had a just smidge of intelligence so they could be a little more creative with their nonsense. And a deranged Klan member argued that she wasn't favored to win MVP last season until it was clear she wasn't going to play. They just want her dumb fans' money. Yeah, I mean it's always this way. This one got all wanky on me, but here we go. This is the last place. Look, because media is trying to force Raven Johnson on the Indiana Fever. They always have an agenda at ESPN. I think it might have been USA Today also in their mock drafts, both saying Raven Johnson. Yes, the one I did a video on recently where she is still butthurt by Caitlin Clark waving her off because she never learned to shoot from more than 5 feet away. Now the media is trying to push Raven Johnson onto the Indiana Fever. And of course, we get this. This is the last place I want Raven to end at. By the way, impressive level of English. Really, really impressive. Grammar, top notch, chef's kiss. Absolutely fantastic. Next sentence, fan base is disgusting. Yeah. Uh, and then we had this. Someone got this to me today. It was something that happened in 2024, actually toward the end of the season, but in line with Dawn actually posting that out in 2026 America. It's worth taking a quick look, right? I attended my first WNBA game in 2018. 6 years ago, I drove down to the Mohegan Sun Arena in Connecticut from my home in Boston. It was one of those early camp games that new fans recently got so up in arms about this summer. Already attacking the new fans. And the stands were filled with kids in the upper bowl. That's not good. In my section in the lower bowl, I squeezed in alongside a group of older lesbians who good naturedly heckled the refs. Good naturedly. Fever fans don't good naturedly heckle refs. They ististically, phobically heckle refs. I'd never had more fun at a sporting event. I felt like I'd found a version of home. By the way, this again just confirms what I've been saying what the league was like before Caitlin Clark. The basketball was an excuse to hold social gatherings, right? It was little social parties for the club. I have never felt anything but safe, welcome, and celebrated at a WNBA game till Wednesday night. The crowd attended game two of the first round matchup between the Connecticut Sun and the Indiana Clan. Oh, sorry, the Indiana Fever. They felt different. Felt different, not in a good way. Even though I'm a veteran sports writer, I was not credentialed as a press member for this one. Instead, I attended the game as a fan with my partner. I hate that word. Girlfriend, boyfriend, spouse, husband, wife, whatever. Doesn't matter if it's same sex either. Stop using partner. After arriving, I quickly noticed the crowd seemed to be rooting for the visiting team, the Fever. Uh-oh. Most of the people seated around me were also Fever fans, most of them decked out in Fever Guard Caitlin Clark gear. Yeah, they actually buy merch. Isn't that amazing? This didn't bother me. No, but you had to point it out and it felt different, right? But it did surprise me. I'd heard and written about the Caitlin Clark effect all season, but this was my first time seeing it in action. So you heard about and wrote about yourself. You wrote about it, but it surprised you. Okay. As someone who has spent the better part of a decade trying to tell anyone who will listen how great the WNBA is, I'm thrilled to see more people jumping on board. But very quickly, something started to feel off about the crowd. Tonight, it felt very uncomfortable. Chanda, Panda with a CH, Prescott Weinstein, a Sun fan who has been attending games since 2018, told Andscape. Maybe that's the black press that Dawn Montgomery wants Angel Reese to run to. It was disappointing to see so many people from the area come out to support the opposing team. And on top of it, they had a kind of vitriol for our players that, of course, had racial overtones. Prescott Weinstein was at the game with their husband, her husband. I'm just saying. Both people of color, queer and agender. What is that? What even is that? As a result, I didn't feel safe challenging the nasty behavior from the people around me. And then it goes on and on. Uh, as the game continued, the woman behind me said she'd seen Sun guard Dejanay Carrington shove Clark and became increasingly outraged about it. Then Carrington fell to the ground and she shouted, "What, did you trip on your eyelashes?" That's a good one, by the way, and that's very mild. It was at that point that my partner asked, "Are you going to be racist for the entire game?" Yeah, right. Are you tired yet? I'm tired. I'm exhausted. So divisive, gross work. This is a response to Dawn's nonsense. Or what? You're going to shame her and call her a raccoon for not giving them interviews? Get a life. I just wanted to make sure everything about Angel Reese is as not going to say it up as possible for the culture. You people are so unserious. Leave Angel alone. What the hell? Stop acting entitled like she owes you something. Angel's operated in this space a long time and will give who and what access to her as she sees fit. Do not pressure her. Stay away from our Angel. Wow, you even have Angel fans saying, yo, stop. You're a fool. If I was Angel Reese and I saw this, I'd make sure I stayed away from you on purpose initially, thinking you have some type of entitlement or authority with a, hey, you, make sure you do this type of attitude. She's a grown woman and she'll do what she wants. And thankfully, there's actually a lot of that. And yet they still don't stop. It's everywhere. It's constant. They have not figured out that we have flipped the switch. Nobody cares. Nobody's worried or afraid to be called any of these things anymore. No one's afraid to call you out for a racist comment. And let's be clear, Dawn, you are that person. You are the one who deserves that label. This is racist. And people are tired of it. And you're not winning anybody over. But this, to the final point I want to make, it's this crap that is in the WNBA and surrounds the WNBA that is going to prevent and has prevented the WNBA from ever getting bigger. Knock it off. Grow up. You're not a victim. You're as entitled as it gets living in the US. Shut up, sit down, and let the adults get on with growing the league. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe to it. You know the drill. Shout out 19. Go of the day you deserve. Talk to y'all later.